constants in the storytelling. If I could do that while looking this way, not that way, that'd be fantastic! Cut. Hey, how's it going, fellow travellers? So, we all know there's a lot that goes into writing a terrific story, am I right? Everyone's got their favourite elements, from hatching the devious plot twists that make your audience go, oh, damn! To conjuring dread and wonder through artfully described settings. But at the heart of every great story lives our characters. Cause let's face it, even the eeriest room crafted with enough skill to give Poe bedwetting nightmares for a fucking month is still just a room without characters to fill it. Characters have always been a strong suit of mine. I've always had this kind of natural ability to slip into their shoes and find out what makes them tick. I guess you could say I'm like a modern day Frankenstein. The Doctor, that is. Not the monster. Cheeky. So I figured, what the hell? There's no better place to start. So what do you say? Are you ready to learn the dirty little secrets that'll make your audience fall in love with your characters, dream about them and connect with them like a new best friend? Or worst enemy? Yeah, I thought so. Step 1 is setting aside all the misleading crap I'm sure you must have heard.
Character arcs should follow this exact formula, except no substitute.
Characters must behave in such a manner. So spaketh the done to death trope. Yes, I'm not going to lie to you. There are certain rules and constants in the storyteller's world. No one is perfect. Characters should absolutely have their flaws. Development and authentic reactions are super important. The traditional beginning, middle, end, equilibrium, challenge, balance, restored flow is tried and tested, and limiting as fuck. Especially if you're thinking bigger than one solo novel. In the end, stories aren't real life. So they don't have to obey the sad but true fact that sometimes we don't learn. Sometimes we don't improve or develop. Sometimes the desire to act and the act itself sit at polar opposite lengths. And a happy ending? It's not always waiting around the corner for you. But injecting these doses of realism into your fantasies has a wondrously grounding effect on your characters. You want your protagonist to feel just as authentic as your best buddy? Don't be afraid to throw out the rulebook and explore their reality in all its messiness. Which leads us on to step 2, understanding. Listen, if you want to create truly compelling, believable characters, you've got to get inside your character's head. I cannot stress that enough. You need to understand this character as well, if not better, than you understand yourself. You need to be prepared to ask questions of this character that you might even be afraid to ask of yourself. Hey, I get it, okay? Digging deep can be a real bitch, but as it is in life, so it is with your characters. So dig deep, don't be afraid of it. Dig deeper than you've ever gone before, even if it's a massive pain in the ass. How, you ask? One simple word.
Backstory!
At every step we take, every challenge we face in life, we stand at the pinnacle of all we've ever known and experienced, whether we register it at the time or not. Our decisions and actions are fed by those experiences and perceptions that we hold. You need to understand everything, and I mean everything, which has led this character to this moment in their life. From their childhood experiences to whether they woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. You need to know it. They know it. You need to know it. Okay? Were they born the way they are? Or did events shape them, for better or for worse? Think about it. The smallest details here are absolutely critical. So don't overlook anything, no matter how irrelevant it may seem. The devil is in the details. Or, in the words of a great detective, elementary, Watson. Ask yourself, really ask yourself, what are their flaws? What are their hopes? What are their dreams? Their interests? Their aspirations? Their fears? What makes them insecure? And where are they most comfortable? The bottom line is, people are affected by shit. The good and the bad. It's life. Sorry, you can't get away from it. Don't try. Not worth it. It's how we grow as people, and it manifests in how we present ourselves, whether we mean it to or not. What life events have shaped this character? Don't leave out any of the messy details. Messy is good. Messy is great. We often think that we're in control of how we act, but we still act without thinking. That alone should show you just how much insight the storyteller needs into their characters. And it won't do to only understand our characters' conscious impulses, we need to understand the unconscious as well. We need to really dig around in their mind and find out what makes them tick. This is actually such a huge point that I made a separate video to go into this in a bit more detail. So if you really want to breathe life into your characters, make sure you check out the next video in the series, Understanding the Characters We Create and Where. But not just yet. Oh, we're not done here. Not quite. Stay with me, my friends. So, the third step should flow like a chocolate water fountain at Willy Wonka's once you've got a really firm grasp and understanding of your characters. Oh yeah, you got it. I'm talking, of course, about speech. Now, it shouldn't come as much of a surprise that everyone on this little marble called Earth speaks differently to each other. The words we use, how we deliver them, our tone of voice. The web is literally riddled with advice stating, all characters must have their own unique speech patterns. And that's totally true. For the most part. Some of us swear every sentence. You were expecting me to swear then, weren't you? Nope. You can't predict me. Don't even try. I'm watching you. Oh yeah. Others have the most limited vocabulary imaginable. I once listened to a neighbour say, do you know what I mean? At least once. Every single fucking sentence for at least an hour. Like it was the most normal thing in the world. I was reading at the time, not eavesdropping. Don't judge me. Okay, judge me a little bit if you want, that's fine, I don't care. Some of us use slang religiously, while others adhere to rigid dictionary-approved words only. Boring! Some of us even contrafabulate new words, plucking them from creativity with our mind trilocations. It happens. Some modulate the tone of their voice through intent or emotion. Others remain bound in the tracks of the monotone. Yeah, when you consider all the variations, the possibilities are bloody endless. Language and how we use it is an outstanding power, and I strongly suggest that you take the time to consider it. And once you've grasped a full understanding of your character's backstory, this should come fairly easily for you. But are you ready for the kicker? The Power Slide 180? Never disregard the act of mimicry. Thing is, we humans run in packs, and those packs often imitate one another's mannerisms, adopting choice words or phrases. Whether consciously or not, it happens. And if you tell me you've never done or seen what I'm talking about, then I'm calling bullshit right now. Bullshit! In fact, slap mimic in the comments below if you know what I mean. Don't get me wrong here, I strongly advise using unique speech patterns for your characters. My absolute favourite character in my novel, The Nightmare's Truth, speaks unlike anyone else in the story and consistently blows me away with her eloquence and delivery. Writing her dialogue has honestly helped shape my story more than I can possibly express. But never forget the pack mentality, and don't fall prey to thinking it's only leaders who set the trends. Sometimes they're just better at stealing and popularizing. The final point I want to cover in this video is on control. I'm just gonna spell this one out in black and white. Just because you created this character does not mean you control them. No, it doesn't. We storytellers create worlds and events. And hey, I get it. It's super easy to let that power go to your head and be like, dance, my little puppets, dance! But what we can never do is forget about free will. Stories with huge potential and expertly woven characters can be undermined in a heartbeat by the author clinging to the illusion of control. I know, believe me, I get it, okay? You're the bloody creator of worlds! If you decide to throw the unexpected in the mix and slap your characters with calamity, who dares say you're not the one pulling the strings?
Which mere mortal could be so audacious?
And I'll cop to that. Damn right you're the master of puppets, the ringleader, the mad conductor in your own symphonic orchestra. You alone control the setting. You and only you are in charge of what befalls your beloved universe. You forged these characters in the fires of creation with nothing but sheer bloody determination and force of will. Good for you! Well done! But if you've done your job right, if you truly understand your characters like I hope you do by now, then you'll recognize that that is where your control ends. It's gone. You can't control these guys. If your characters are truly alive, they will react in their own way. Hell and damn what you think. Sorry, but it's true. Your character's reactions are their own, and while it's super important to recognize that every character we create is essentially a part of ourselves, the way your characters handle situations should always be their own. If you're really seeing through their eyes, their reactions should hit you like a fucking instinct. Trust that instinct. If you find yourself forcing a move which doesn't flow, take a step back, because something ain't right here, kid. This I can promise you guys. If you compromise who your character is at their core, your story will suffer for it. But if you take these tips on board, you'll be that step closer to your story reaching its best version ever. And everyone wants that, right? And if you can spot the reverse parallel of this lesson and how it reflects your own journey through life's experiences, then yay! You win a cookie! I don't actually have any cookies, but you can get yourself a cookie and pretend it came from me. That's probably a good idea. That'll help, right? I really hope you've enjoyed these tips on creating believable characters. I wanted to go a little deeper than I'd seen anyone else go in the hopes of offering something a little different. So thank you so much for watching. If this video has struck a chord with you, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a video. New videos are every Thursday, so please do join me for the next one. I really hope to see you there. And above all else, please share this with anyone you know who may benefit from it, because that's what it's all about. Don't forget to check out the next video in the series, where we'll take an even deeper dive into how you can get inside your characters' heads and your own in the process. Links are in the description. Trust me, this next one, not one you want to miss. Thanks again so much for watching. I really hope this video has been useful for you guys. If you have any questions, comments or suggestions, please hit me up in the comments section below or on social media at ldaltonauthor. I'll get back to you pronto. I can't wait for next time. Until then, see you on the other side, guys. I did get it right. Ha! Brilliant. Give you the stink eye. Stink eye. Stink eye. It's fun being weird. There's a shadow under my door.